Okay, so hello guys, my name is Henry, and today I was talking to Grandma Donna about the book. And Grandma Donna said the book did say computers were people in the 1940s. Okay, it was a true statement. I probably thought it was a true statement. Okay, so the book I was reading, it says, until the 1940s, computers were people who perform advanced calculations. But right now, I'm trying to ask my dad, what is a human computer, and Grandma's not letting me. Okay, so I asked Grandma, can I try asking my dad this question? I asked Grandma, can I ask my dad, what is a human computer? And Grandma said, no, do not do it. Do not ask your dad that question. And when he came back from the store, I did it anyways. I was told not to, but when I was sitting on the couch, I tried asking my dad, what is a human computer? And my dad ignored me. You know why? Because it's a setup question. So that's what I did. I asked my dad, what is a human computer? Also known as a person who computes, a person performing calculations. Computer known, one who computes. Those are my topics. But my dad does not want to talk about qualifying the word computer, qualifying the term computer, and talking about it as one who computes. I'll tell you what a human computer is in this video. A human computer is a person performing calculations, also known as one who computes. I just used a statement. You see that? I just used a statement. Okay. Since people don't want to talk about what the human computers were in the 1940s, since Grandma doesn't want to talk about what a human computer is, or since my dad does not want to talk about what a human computer is and what people were in the 1940s, then that's too bad. I guess I'm going to have to wait until I talk to Stephanie or when I go back to school. Because nobody is going to think I'm making any sense. Nobody is ever going to think I'm making sense when I say this. I tried qualifying the statement. I tried qualifying human computer. I qualified human computer. I said the word human computer. I used the word human computer, and I qualified what I meant by human computer. I qualified what that means. When I used the word human computer, I qualified what it means. So yes, I qualified it. I used a statement to say that a human computer is one who computes, also known as a person performing mathematical calculations, like I just seen in the video. But if you guys do not agree to computers were people in the 1940s, that's too freaking bad. Because now I can't ask my dad, what is a human computer, or otherwise Grandma will make me sit on the couch again, and I don't want that. That's why I must listen to Grandma and do as she says. She told me not to ask my dad that question. Now it's a really bad setup question. A really bad setup question. Even worse. The worst setup question in the world. Really bad. Don't ask it. If you don't know what your dad is going to tell you, do not ask that question. I'm dead serious. I am not even going to try going in my dad's face asking him that setup question, because otherwise I will get hurt. I will fuck around and I will get hurt if I ask him that question. So yeah, do not ask him that question. Do not. Because he is never, ever going to agree that computers were people in the 1940s. Just because that book said computers were people in the 1940s, it does not give me a okay. It does not give me the okay to go on the porch and ask my dad what is a human computer. To ask my dad a question like that. It does not give me a right, and it does not give me a okay to do that. So if I ask my dad what is a human computer, well, he might agree, but I don't want to try, because I don't want to find out what he's going to say, even though he might agree. I do not want to find out what he might say, because you never know what he might say if I'm asking my dad what is a human computer, and he doesn't understand it. Then what? I get upset. And you know what I do when I get upset? I'll put a motherfucking virus in my motherfucking mental computer. So, do not ask my dad that question. Because if he gives me an answer I don't like, or he says humans are not computers, I'm going to put a motherfucking virus in my mental computer, and it's going to be even worse. It's going to be worse. Never, ever ask my dad that question. Really bad. Really freaking bad. I will not attempt it. I will not even try to do it. I will not try. Never. Because you know what's going to happen? My dad is not going to agree. Even if you qualify it, even if the thing was being qualified, my dad still will not agree of what a human computer is, because he knows that I qualified it. And it doesn't matter if I qualified it, then people should know that I qualified it. So that should be the end of it. I already qualified what a human computer was. I qualified it. There should not be any issue with me qualifying that statement whatsoever. But when I ask the question, you know what happens. I get in huge trouble. I even get hurt when I ask the question. Don't even think about asking that question. Why? Because it's freaking bad. It's freaking bad. It's horrible. Nobody is ever going to agree to what you're talking about. Mental computer, human computer, mental calculator, human calculator, whatever. All the mental computers. Nobody is never going to agree to those topics. So-called human computer topics. So-called human computers and not agree to my book. Is so-called mental computer, human computer, and all that stuff. What happened to you guys? You guys used to do questions, but now you guys switched up. Not a single human computer topic is worth talking about anymore because it's repetitive. And not a single person is going to agree that the brain is a computer, and that in the 1940s we were computers, because they're whack. So just remember, don't ask your dad that setup question. Don't ask your dad, is the brain a computer? Don't ask your dad, what is a human computer? None of them. Leave them alone.